Welcome to Central Georgia Focus. I'm your host, Raymond Tubb. Well, just how far in life can good etiquette, some poise, and self-esteem take you? Today we talk about an initiative called Where Eagles Soar Productions. We're going to talk about how this program is taking people of all ages to higher heights. Our guest is Michael Johnson. He's the director of Where Eagles Soar, and we appreciate you joining us today. And you've been doing this for a while now.
42 years.
Wow. So a lot of lives influenced over that time too.
Yeah, initially what I thought was I was supposed to teach models to twist and to strut down the runway. Eventually, halfway through, etiquette became a very good part of the poise and making the individuals feel really good about themselves.
Yeah, talk about, I guess, where the idea came from and just how it can make a difference in people's lives. Because a lot of times people may take etiquette or poise or manners for granted, but not everybody gets that foundation.
Well, I love Macon. I went to New York. I had no idea why. I came back home again, and there was something going on in Atlanta about modeling. I decided that would be an excellent career, go and teach people to model, put shows together. I was already working with Total Dance or Danceicle Productions, Kumar, which was a dance studio. I went there, got myself involved there. I wanted to do everything, didn't really know. So as we went along and did a lot of things, what happened is I went out for an interview with a job, and no one knew what to do at the dinner meeting. And I promised myself that afterwards I would go back, and that would never happen again, that I don't know etiquette anymore. Started to study, and then from there I went on. I was sent here, there, and the other place to learn etiquette. Then I knew purpose was coming into play at that time. So now I took that information, put it in with the modeling, and made it more instrumental in growing self-awareness with kids than I had been prior to the etiquette becoming a part of my life.
And something that I think we should bring out right away that's important is this is free. This is done for the children for free.
Absolutely. It's free. It's done as a community thing for me, by me, with other professionals that come in to give that time to. And we are able to do it free because we go out in the public and get places where we can sit for free and do it and train. We go to bars. We at Taste to See Coffee House on Poplar Street. We're able to teach table manners. We are able to teach ice-breaking situations to the kids and teach them how to make themselves aware at a time when it's real important.
And you bring participants both not just local expertise, but national expertise that they get in these programs.
Well, what I've been very fortunate to do is one of my persons working with me is Penn State in dance theater major. She's over the whole department at Penn State. So she's come down. I started with her when she was a little girl. There are a lot of people who have left Macon and gone to pursue furtherance of being models, designers, and they come back and help us and assist us and do that type of thing.
And it may sound simple, but it's if you're a young person or even you get up to adulthood, you don't get this foundation. You're at an important dinner meeting or at an important social engagement, and you don't know what does this spoon do? What does this fork do? If you're going to be so socially uncomfortable and not be able to open up. So getting this foundation, talk about how that can help people so much more in life and open so many more doors.
As I spoke before, when I went for my job to a small business meeting, no one knew what to do. I promised myself at that point that I would do it again. Left to right, the square, teaching kids, this is now your knife, this is your fork, this is your knife, salad plate, what to do, where do you put the silverware once you're done. We, like a lot of times, we want to start the salad, put it on the table. No, there's a proper place to place things in between. Once you know all of that, that empowers you to move to the next step, which is going to be the entree. What knife, what fork? They're there for a reason. And as you get more involved with doing these things, it assists you with doing the right thing, which that's where the confidence comes in, because you know it. And now you can go all the way through and you feel really great about it. A lot of times we don't think that that's anything, but it means more than it will ever mean to us when we are able to do things little by little and get involved with situations. What's the soup spoon? What's the knife for the entree? What is the knife for the butter bread? All those things really make, because when you go to a 7-course meal, you got everything all over the place. And it's really important that a person know where they're reaching, why they're reaching, and when to do it.
And I guess in 42 years, society is not as formal as it used to be. It's like,
No.
I would have, when I started out, I would have had a 3-piece suit and a tie on when I was doing this show. Now things are a little bit more casual.
Mm-hmm.
Are you finding that this training is maybe even more necessary than it was 40 years ago, or is it about the same?
It is more necessary than it had once been. I tell you why. Young people, since that's our central focus is to work with young people are easily distracted into all kind of things. Gang violence, doing this, doing that. Online, even more so than that, young people are doing everything online, but nothing goes like a hands-on person to teach you. So what I try to do is bring in a group of people that I already know, we have already trained, and to touch and take the kid. Take this hand, put it here, put it there, come together, be where you are, confidently be pulled up while you do it. Once it's over, there's a smile where there was a scared look. Now the kids are smiling because, oh, I didn't know that. So now they do know that.
And I think this is a good point to step into. This is more than just basic manners, basic poise. There's a lot of mentoring that goes on at these things.
Yeah, we have retired nurses that can assist with medically telling kids stuff. We have teachers that are doing things as you will meet at the end of the place. Art teachers that show the kids how to creatively get involved with doing drawing and taking that time instead of having idle time. You can do different things. I have real estate brokers working with me. I have a lady that's working with me that's into an in-home health care. So we try to have a well-rounded program so that young people will be able to come up and do what they need to do.
I'm sure through the years you've seen a lot of success stories. Tell us about some of those. Not to put you on the spot.
The young lady, Kikora Austin, is like at Penn State University, where she's over the theater department. So fortunate, and the young lady that just finished working with us in December for a Christmas fashion show, Miss Erica Woodford. Mm-hmm. She is the Supreme Court judge clerk. She did a show. I met these kids when they was little. Mm-hmm. They took modeling. That's before the etiquette, when I thought everybody need to learn how to walk down the runway and look up really way. There's been several young people that I met a father maybe a year or two ago. He said, "You Michael Johnson?" I said, "Yeah." And he was telling me that his daughter, he never was with modeling, but he said his daughter is now in California, a fashion merchandiser. So I've had a continuous amount of young people who took modeling and they went forth to do something in that industry. Also in Atlanta, not long ago, I had a little guy that was obese. Mm-hmm. In my class. He said, "You Mr. Johnson?" I said, "Yeah." He's no longer that little heavy obese boy, tall young man and stuff. It's been a lot of things that modeling and etiquette has done to change the course of people's lives to be a better person, better for themselves, not for anyone else. It's been a lot of growth and development through the skills that were taught in the program.
Yeah, the confidence and poise can take people a long way. And we're talking to Michael Johnson with Where Eagles Soar Productions, and we'll have much more in just a moment. Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. We are talking to Michael Johnson about Where Eagles Soar Productions. It's a program to help build community self-esteem and building community successes one person at a time. And you've got, we've been focusing on teens and young people, but you've got programs for people of every age, and it can benefit people. That extra confidence can benefit people at any age.
What ended up happening is I brought mothers and fathers because to teach a kid, a young person, etiquette, send them back home where that knowledge is not. So I get them to bring mama and daddy to do the show. Everybody takes etiquette. Everybody learns to introduce themselves. Everybody walks, everybody turns, and they prepare, do the show together. Now there's a family growth. So etiquette has gone from where I'm teaching the program and gone back home, and now the mothers and fathers are excited about it. And you know, usually moms will get excited, but when you get a daddy excited, and he said, I just had a dad to tell me, I'm gonna do this show too. Mm-hmm. Once you can get that enthusiasm going within the realm of the family, you got something going, and they can share it, and the network can continue.
So if somebody wants to get involved, how do they do it?
We meet at Taste and See Coffee House on Poplar Street every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And another way they can get in touch, they can call my phone number.
Okay.
And that phone number is 470-778-6639. Or they can simply go online and do Where Eagles Soar Productions at gmail.com.
Okay.
Get in contact with us, give us a call, and we'll guide you to where you need to be, and you come down. Once again, it's free. It's open to the public. We want all walks of life to come, and it's a great experience. 6 weeks is usually what it is, but it's a great experience, something that never can be taken from you.
And you put on shows on a regular basis. You had one in December. I think we've got some video of that. Drew a large crowd for a Christmas performance. And tell us a little bit about that.
It was at a church in this area, Shirley Hills up, House of Hope in their annex. That show dealt with, once again, young people, adults, and former models. That was the one where I told you Erica Woodford was in there. We had a lot of adults. We had Miss Duncan, who's here today. She was in the show. That show was amazing because basically what that show did was set the atmosphere for Christmas a few days, and all the colors are usually the colors of Christmas, and it did a great job running down the runway, and it was a close in area, so it was very intimate. It was something that was amazing, and we got a lot of compliments, and the people in the audience said, how do I get involved? Mm-hmm. So you know, you always looking to bring a new group in to do it.
And coming up, you've got the African American pageant that you're working on too.
Yeah, the African American pageant is a show that I do every year in recognition of Black History Month, and we bring people in, but this show deals with entertainment, a lot of documentations from Black history, people, a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. I have Cool Mark Dance Studio from Atlanta that comes in and perform for me. Great singers to do it. And it's in recognition of Black History Month, and usually we sell out. Let's see what we do at this time.
Fingers crossed for you. Well, and something we talked about before too, age not a factor. You've got programs for people of every age. They're all welcome to, and you like to say you're never too old to grow in your self-confidence.
No, you're not. We start at 4. because usually the mind is starting to calm down and the kids are put up with you. We start at 4 until anybody. But what I try to do is bring everybody in together. That's always such a good inspiration. Young see the older see the young, and they do it together, they model together, they take edit together, and it usually works out very well, because you would be surprised at how many adults don't understand dinner etiquette, lunch etiquette. What do I do? Once you get to a point in a training where you say, what do I do now? Now you got just your trainer. He'll say, do this, do that. Once you do that, you'll find out in a lot of places that the confidence started to grow right then and there. And that's always inspirational to see the training empowering people at that time.
Yeah, I guess when you're not having to worry about the basics or even being kind of baffled by the basics, it lets you focus on the room, focus on the experience, open up, because you're not having to think about that because you know it.
You know it now. That's what we want to do, is empower people to do what it is they are doing, do etiquette, because etiquette is like amazing. We do a lot of things where you go into a party with a friend or a Christmas party, you know no one there, and you get there first. What in the world do you do? So we teach and set up things such as where people can ice break and not feel so uncomfortable.
And I think we have some information on the upcoming show and ticket events. You see it right there, the annual African American Fashion Show. It's Saturday, February 22nd at 5 o'clock. Taste and See Coffee House over at 546 Poplar Street in Macon.
Yes.
And was there anything else you wanted to add, or any information? I mean, I guess it takes a lot of community effort to put these on, because again, it is free to the participants.
Well, that's another thing. We sell tickets, and we do a lot of little fundraisers within ourselves. So just, if anyone, we are still seeking models for this show, so the models may come to Taste and See at 10 o'clock in the morning. We're looking for models. We're looking at kids that we can teach, and we're looking for silver foxes that will set the atmosphere the real way.
There you go. And again, hitting all ages with this.
That's right.
Well, right now it is time to take a break, but when we get back, we're going to meet some of the participants of the upcoming production, and that we're going to see a silver fox, actually, while we're at it.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. Well, we've been talking about building community self-esteem one person at a time through Where Eagles Soar Productions today. And right now we're joined by two people who are part of the community fashion production that we talked about earlier. We have Charlene Lockett, who is known to most people as Char. And we also have her mom with us. Now, Char, first of all, is a local artist and residency with the Bibb County School System, also works with juvenile justice in the Bibb County Recreation Center. And her mom, Ella Duncan, who is a retired registered nurse. You did that for 41 years.
41 years. My career spanned 41 years.
All right. Well, Char, I guess talk a little bit about the part that you play in the production and what it's meant.
Well, actually, I met Michael, reacquainted myself with Michael Johnson up at Williams Elementary. I heard him in the hallway. I was like, oh my God, is that Michael Johnson? So while I was teaching, we got together and we started talking about what we needed to do, to bring the community together. So he was like, I really want to get back into my fashion shows. And I was like, you're talking to the best person for fashion artists. Let's do it. And so that's how we got started, from a pure conversation.
And Ella, you actually have taken some of the skills here and participated in pageants, and you won the Cherry Blossom Hat Contest. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. My daughter, Shar, designed the hat, and she didn't want to model it, so she asked me if I would model it. And so I did, and everybody liked it, and I won first place. So it was a great experience. I really enjoyed doing it. And I don't know if she's going to design another hat this year or not, but I'm looking forward to whatever she does to help her with it.
What kind of things can seniors get out of a program like this? It's sometimes people may be reluctant to try new things or to do something different. What word do you have to seniors that may be watching and thinking, what could I get out of something like this?
I would tell the seniors and other people watching this that don't limit yourself to different experiences. Your mind may tell you that you can't do it, but you'll never know until you actually try doing something new, experiencing something new. Give you a purpose to live, to look forward to doing something, helping people, encouraging others. I try to be an inspiration, to the older people in the audience, to younger people, and just try to do my best in encouraging. And a lot of times they ask me about advice about different health issues. So I'm just honored, that I have the experience that I can be able to help them with that. So I've really enjoyed the experience. My first modeling session was back in last year in February. That was my very first show. I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it. But as a young child, I always I thought I wanted to be an actress. And but I was kind of afraid to tell my mother that's what I wanted to do when I went off to college. And then I thought about it. Well, you used to always take care of your baby dolls. I used to give my dolls a bath every day, wash the clothes. And so I said, well, I enjoyed taking care of my little baby dolls. And so then I went into nursing, and it was a great, great move on my part. I was able to help people, and that is so satisfying. And when they come back to you and say, oh, you helped me so much.
Yeah. And but now you were able to have a second chapter through this and try some new things.
Second chapter, yes, absolutely.
Well, Chara, we have a sample of some of your work as well. We talked a little bit about your art, and so we have some video creations, and you bring some of them to the production, your paintings as well. Talk a little bit about how they play a role in the productions, and you can see some of your work here. And it is amazing. It's as vibrant as your outfit.
Thank you. Well, actually, Michael is using me as the fashion producer, per se, and I put most of my paintings in his backdrops. And the last show we had 2 huge paintings of my fashion girls, and I'm having a chance to get exposure also, and we're collaborating together. That is so important. People in the community, professionals coming together to help one another and to help the children.
And in addition to working in the school system, you do work some with juvenile justice as well. What kind of benefits do you see from the children getting through programs and getting some life skills and some self-esteem as well?
I see it has a positive effect on children that may have gone down the wrong path, but it gives them hope and inspiration to turn their lives around. Art helps a person communicate. They communicate through their paintings. And I'm glad that I'm their instructor to help them.
Well, let's take one more look at the information on the upcoming program where people can get involved if you're interested. And they've got the annual African American Fashion Show, Saturday, February 22nd, 5 o'clock, Taste and See Coffee House, 546 Poplar Street in Macon, Georgia. And again, that's Where Eagles Soar Productions. You can find them on social media or through email. And we had the number a little bit earlier in the show as well. And so you can get all the information and information on Michael Johnson there as well. And that's going to do it for us. We appreciate you all for joining us today for Central Georgia Focus, and thank you for joining us as well. And we'll see you back here next time.